This is the ACKEE. It is a fruit from the soapberry family, so it's related to fruits like the lychee and the rambutan. ACKEE has its origin in West Africa, where its seeds are sometimes used in medicine or to make laundry detergent. It is not commonly consumed, not in Africa where it's from or most anywhere else in the world. Why is that? The seeds? Poisonous. The rind? Poisonous. The unripe fruit? Poisonous. However, there is one country where not only is the ACKEE eaten, it is such an integral part of its cuisine that many people eat it every single day. That country is Jamaica. Alright everybody, I am happy to say that I have with me the ACKEE fruit. It looks amazing. Just like check that out. It looks like there's like little eyeballs on it. It feels kind of like an orange rind on the outside. But like I try to like push this together, it will not push together. When these things open, like they open all the way. If you eat these when these are closed, it's actually very, very dangerous and it could kill you. It causes something, there's something called, I believe it's Jamaican vomiting sickness if you eat these unripe, so you do not want to do that. You actually don't want to eat the rind of it, even if it is ripe, and you don't want to eat those seeds, because that will also make you very, very ill. The only thing you want to eat is that creamy white bit right there. That is totally good, and is supposed to be absolutely delicious. I've had it canned before, and I love it. In a can, it's already really, really delicious, so I'm looking forward to trying this fresh off of a tree. ACKEE is Jamaica's national fruit and a major component in its national dish, ackee and saltfish. Because I'm vegetarian, I wanted to find a way that's been used traditionally that did not involve fish. Lucky for me, in Jamaica there's something called Untitled cuisine. This is a vegetarian diet that is followed by Rastafarians. I reached out to a Kingston restaurant that doesn't just serve Untitled cuisine, but also offers tours and vegetarian cooking classes. What is Untitled cuisine?
It's really like undiluted. Like a restaurant has got a coconut, dig some yam, dig some potato, pick a few plantains, and actually pick from the tree or dig from the ground and actually eat same times.
Okay.
So that's really where Untitled is coming from, not too much process, just using from what you have.
So not processed food, no meat.
No meat, no processed food. It's also a lifestyle. Rastaman will say peace and love, blessed love, wishing well.
The chef at Veggie Meals on Wheels, Ibby Lion, was kind enough to help me out for this video and gave me an amazing experience. If you live in Jamaica or plan on visiting, check out Veggie Meals on Wheels. I'll put their information down below. Ibby told me about a Jamaican dish that would be great for my fruit hunting adventure. Not ackee and saltfish, but ackee and susumba. Susumba is a fruit that is also an important part of traditional Jamaican cuisine. In Untitled cuisine, they put a lot of importance on picking fresh ingredients. So in order to try ackee and susumba the proper way, first we had to pick them. So at the end of the stick there's a little hook. Yeah. Look up there, you can see that ackee fruit.
Sometimes I can.
You catch it in your hand?
Yeah.
That's some mad skills right there. You've been doing this a long time, right?
From birth.
Yeah.
As a child, I had like 3 ackee trees in my yard. So ackee was like a staple for food, for dinner, for breakfast. And the trees go very tall, so we'll actually pick ackee almost every day because different trees open at different times.
You make it look very easy. So I'm glad that you're doing this and not me, because I would end up, accidentally killing myself.
Like a 3-step process. Take from here, you take the seeds, then you look carefully if there's anything inside.
So you just like
then
checking.
you put it there, yeah.
Do it slowly one more time.
So you take from here.
Okay. So you can like pivot it out.
Yeah, pivot it out.
When you do it that way, it doesn't get anything on the outside.
Yeah, you take the seed from there, and then you check to see how clean it is.
Okay.
This is not edible.
Okay.
So this has to stay inside the pot, and then we take the seeds.
Any of that pith in there, like that, like any of that stuff.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
to
rind
clean.
of it.
So you have to clean it.
You gotta make sure that's completely off.
Yeah, that's completely off. You can use a knife to take the seed, but if you're skillful and careful enough, you can still take the seed without leaving anything.
Okay.
So as you can see, this is very clean.
Now, people at home, Ibby knows what he's doing. So if you see an ACKEE tree, don't do this. Make sure you get somebody who knows what they're doing, because you do not want to get sick from this.
Because these open naturally on the tree. As you can see earlier, the one that we picked today.
Right. So if you try cutting one of the sealed ones open...
Yeah, it's not going to be good for you.
Yeah. The seeds, rind, and unripe fruit all contain hypoglycin A and hypoglycin B. These are two toxins that, when consumed, can have terrible and sometimes lethal effects on the body. So a few hours after eating something high in this toxin, you will get abdominal cramps and you'll start vomiting. In severe cases, encephalopathy sets in, meaning that this will affect the brain. When this happens, it can cause seizures, coma, and even death. So does this mean that you should worry about eating ACKEE? No, ACKEE is absolutely fine to eat. To put things in perspective, the amount of hypoglycin in an unripe ACKEE is 1,000 parts per million. In the ripe fruit, it is only 0.1 parts per million. That means there is 10,000 times less toxicity in the ripe fruit than the unripe fruit. Ripe lychees actually contain more of this toxin, and those are far more common than ACKEE is. On top of all of that, in Jamaica, ACKEE is almost always cooked, which acts as an extra safety precaution. Can you eat a raw ACKEE, or do you have to cook it?
ACKEE can be eaten raw, but it's very gliding. So it's better if you let it sit in the sun, like a sun cook.
Okay.
For like a few hours.
Yeah.
So let's use a little bit here.
A little bit is okay.
A little bit is okay.
And what does that taste like?
Very interesting. You get like a sweet. You get like a little sweet taste, and actually tastes like a tangerine. Give me a taste like a tangerine. Tangerine is a family of an orange.
Okay, so I'm gonna try a little piece of raw ACKEE. Oh, it's very firm. It's got the texture of like a piece of jackfruit. And the flavor is like almonds and avocado. I wouldn't say tangerine so much, but maybe like a little bit of like the bitterness you get from a tangerine, maybe like a little tannic from a tangerine pith would have. Are there different types of ACKEE or just the one variety?
Yeah, well, you mainly have two types of ACKEE.
Okay.
You have an ACKEE that when it cooks, it gets very soft. They call it a butter ACKEE. That's not the best one to cook because you want ACKEE to be firm. And my tree is very firm.
I've had it in the can before, and that is like, it's like scrambled eggs. It's like very soft.
Yeah.
So this ACKEE is very different than what you get in a can.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. So can you tell me a little bit about the, is it Susumba?
Susumba. Susumba tree, but mostly called gully bean.
Okay.
Gully bean is basically the nickname for this fruit. The tree here, the branches have on like some burr, like some maca. We call it maca.
Okay.
But it's
like
like
little,
a prick.
Little thorns on it.
Yeah, like a little thorns on it. I guess this helps to protect the fruits. Grow all through the year. It's not seasonal, and it doesn't grow everywhere because, as I can see, how far we ride from the restaurant just to find one tree. So it's not a lot of tree all over.
Right. You drove me about like 10 minutes away from where I met you to find this one.
Yeah, to find this one.
They're not everywhere, but along the way I saw ACKEE everywhere.
ACKEE is all everywhere. When the fruit is young, it's better. It's more edible when it is small.
So that is the ideal size right there. You want to be like a pea.
Yeah, like a pea.
And once it gets bigger, once
it gets bigger, it's mature, so it's very hard. It lost its flavor, and it's more bitterish.
So you can eat that, but it's not going to taste as good as a tiny one. Interesting.
Searching the tree, it's a good exercise, you know?
This is something that's very unique to Jamaica. It is, I believe, a solanum species, so it's related to eggplants, tomatoes, peppers, stuff like that. It is a very special native plant that has a lot of history to it, but it's something that is kind of dying out. So if you want to eat this sort of thing, you gotta know where to get it. And a lot of people, they'll actually like forage it. If you go to a major market in Jamaica, you might find this with one of those little old ladies. You know, you find an old lady, you know you're gonna find some good stuff, because these are things that people eat traditionally, but they're not things that like the younger generation is after. It is still important in Ital cuisine. It's used in a lot of the recipes, but Ital cuisine tends to use some of the more traditional things. So it does live on in that world. I do want to give a little small taste of like what this does taste like raw, just for documentation purposes. This is not something that you want to do, but let's give it a try. It tastes a little bit like a green tomato, but with a lot more bitterness, and it has a little bit of a tang to it. It's like triggering my sweet receptors on my tongue, but like not the ones that get triggered when you have sugar. It feels like a different sort of sweet. And the bitterness is like, it's there, but it's like bitterness that you would get from eating like raw broccoli or something. It's like a very vegetal kind of bitter flavor. And the tartness is nice. It's not like a tartness that you would get from like a lemon. It's more like a tartness that you can get from like some green veggies. That's interesting. It's definitely got a very strong vegetable-like flavor, so that is something that feels like you're getting your greens. So we're doing a dish with both the Susumba
and
the ACKEE together. Right. Is this a normal dish? Is this something that a lot of people eat?
It's not a lot, but I say mostly the traditional cultural Rastaman.
If you went to like an Ital restaurant, you can find Susumba.
It has to be a restaurant that is more rustic, down to earth, grassroots.
Sure.
You wouldn't go into maybe an established vegetarian, vegan restaurant and find Susumba being served, because it's not everybody like it. It's not palatable to everyone. I would love for it to practice more, that more people can appreciate and acquire the taste, because you know when things are cooked and introduced more people get to utilize it. But because it's not a fruit that you can find right through and all around, then it's been marginalized in that way.
So these are the ingredients that you're putting together. We've got thyme,
scallions,
onion,
we have carrots, we have onion, because we believe in a natural seasoning over like the MSG seasoning, like the black pepper, the seasoning salt. We try to keep things more natural. So these all grown locally, because the ACKEE is easier to cook than the Susumba. We add the Susumba first.
Okay, that takes longer to cook.
Yeah, it takes longer to cook. So I don't chop up this one. Just kind of beat it a little bit. The water is getting a greenish color. Sorry, I don't want more light.
And the scallion goes in whole, so that's just giving flavor.
That's just giving flavor, because it's going to be extracted before the final process.
Okay. So the Susumba and the scallion were in there for what, like maybe 10-15 minutes?
Like 10-15 minutes.
And then the ACKEE go in.
And then we'll add the ACKEE now.
And how much
ACKEE is going to add 10 minutes.
Another 10?
Another 10 minutes. The good thing about cooking Ital food is that you get all the colors therein. So actually, before you actually consume it, the presentation is great, you know?
Sure. That's what they say, that you want, it's healthier too, I've heard. Like, you have a lot of different colors in your food.
Yeah.
You're getting different types of nutrients.
Mm-hmm. Different type of vitamins.
So this is homemade coconut oil. It smells delicious. It smells like toasted coconut. Oh, that's really good.
Smell that aroma.
I can already smell the coconut and the scallions. It smells really good.
And I go like this.
So this is a Scotch bonnet habanero here.
Yeah, so
And these
now
are,
I'm gonna extract the seed. The seed is very hot and seed give you a flavor to it. You try to take some of the seeds.
okay. So you're cutting out the seeds so it's not too spicy.
Yeah. Little in it to give that food that flavor. But people after they get their meal, they could add more ACKEE and Susumba together.
This is wonderful. Like the two big items that I wanted to try in Jamaica were ACKEE and Susumba, and here they are. I didn't even know that they went so well together. Okay, it's done.
Smells so good.
It looks really good too. And this is just going on top of some red quinoa. I love that these are, you're serving this in Calabash bowls. The guys watching have remembered I made a video about the Calabash fruit in the Philippines where it's eaten as like a juice or a tea. Here, not so much. It's used more just for cutlery, for making bowls out of. That was really good. The ACKEE is nice and buttery, maybe like avocado or tofu or something. It's got like a nice protein-rich kind of flavor. The coconut oil in the US has like no flavor at all. This has like, it's not like sweet, but it does have like a richness, like a nice rich nutty coconut flavor. And the Susumba is like a little bit of bitterness, like a piece of spinach or a piece of kale or something like that. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice, and they have like a nice little pop to them.
And then in this pop, you know, that is a lot of seeds going in. You know, it's very nutritious.
Yeah, but the textures are really nice. The stuff out of the can is like kind of like mushy, you know.
Yeah.
I like the stuff in the can, but it does not compare to this like whatsoever.
Hey, it's convenient. Cans are convenient, so you get it natural, fresh to pick, fresh to squeeze, fresh to cook. Yeah, it's best.
That is the key word, is fresh. If I lived here and I would be able to have an ACKEE tree, I would be eating this every day, at least. This is probably like one of the most delicious things that I've had. And it is 100% vegan too, right?
There's 100%.
Yeah, there's nothing, no animal or anything, there's no preservatives. Like, this is just like a very clean, healthy tasting, like delicious food. And this is actually the first meal that I've had in Jamaica. So you've set the bar very, very high.
Thank you, thank you.
I have a feeling I'm going to have to find more of this and eat as much ACKEE as I can while I'm here. Because I know when I go back to New York, it's not going to be the same. So this is a really incredible experience. And thank you so much for sharing this with me. This was incredible.
You're welcome, man. And I mean, remember that you have roots here now in Jamaica. You have family away from home, you know, away from New York. So it's a family vibration. It's just one love, one heart, as our brother Bob Marley would always say.
Sure. Thank you so much. That means so much to me to hear.
Yeah.
If you come to New York, I can't say I'm going to be able to give you something like this. But we got some stuff that's pretty okay, some bagels and stuff. It's all right.
All right.
You're welcome in New York as well.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
And safe travel home.
All right. Thank you so much. Getting a chance to meet with you and having you actually show me like what it looks like on the tree, how you pick it, how you clean it, how you prepare it, how you cook it, and then how you eat it. That's really a very valuable experience. So guys, if you want to check out Veggie Meals on Wheels and the tours they do, information is in the description.